I'm sick, by the way, so please ignore my voice or else I'm gonna cry. Have you ever had something so glorious, so perfect, that once you had it, you felt like things were gonna be okay? That life itself could only get better from here? Well, to me, that thing was Super Saiyan God. Oh my god, is this video just gonna be you glazing for 10 minutes? Yes, it will! I mean, seriously, look at this thing. How do you not glaze something so beautiful? This art is from a mobile game, and this art treats Super Saiyan God with more respect than the actual series does. Because what have they done to my boy? Haha! Super Saiyan God could have been the final form of Dragon Ball, the pinnacle of power. And I mean, come on, just look at it. With the amount of radiance and sheer aura that comes from this form alone, it could have been perfect. But I guess they just forgot about it somehow. I mean, how does that just happen? After Dragon Ball Z ended in 1996, 1996? Oh my god, were any of you alive at that point? Oh my. We spent years thinking that Super Saiyan 3 was Goku's strongest final form. But that never really felt right to me. Even though Super Saiyan 3 looks cool, it might genuinely be the worst form in the series. Oh my god, I might have just divided the audience in half with that opinion. Whew. Look, it's flashy and everything, but that's just it. All bark and no bite. It made zero impact in the story, and more importantly, there was no emotional significance to this form. Super Saiyan 1 had an amazing reveal. Super Saiyan 2 had an amazing reveal. Super Saiyan 3... it's kind of like a paper straw, you know? What are you talking about? It's horrible. It sucks. I'm sorry. I just look for any reason to hate on paper straws. For something so badass looking, it was just really forgettable. So forgettable, in fact, that Dragon Ball Super took any reason to not use the form at all. Like, look, Goku didn't even bother using that form against Jiren. What did he use instead? That's right. So even though I loved Dragon Ball as a kid, it didn't feel right to me that this was technically Goku's final form. That's why I latched on to Super Saiyan 4, because that felt like a final form. But unfortunately, it wasn't canon. Well, luckily, it's canon now. Oh, don't even get me started on why this form sucks. Anyway, because I didn't really care for Super Saiyan 3, imagine my excitement when Dragon Ball finally officially came back with a new form. You know, my kid self made my dad take me to see it in the cinemas. And when we did, it was glorious. This is what my kid self wanted as the potential final form for Goku. There was weight behind its existence, and it was just really, really unique. Most times when a new form is introduced, they're usually made to beat the bad guy. Super Saiyan 1 beat Frieza. Super Saiyan 2 eviscerated Cell. Super Saiyan 3 again, accomplished nothing. Super Saiyan 4 beat Baby, but Super Saiyan God was different. Sure, Goku achieved the form to hopefully try and beat Beerus, but he couldn't. Super Saiyan God wasn't introduced for victory, it was introduced for survival. Was that tough? Was that a badass line? It totally was. Thanks, me. Of course, me. You're so handsome, me. Oh, you. Come over here. Isn't this a Dragon Ball video? What was even more interesting to me was the fact that Goku hated Super Saiyan God. The form in its entirety was a contradiction towards Goku's entire philosophy. Goku represented the idea that no matter who you were, even if you were lower class, you could rise and even surpass the elites. You could do whatever you wanted as long as you worked hard enough for it. But here came a power that he knew he could never achieve on his own. But despite that, he threw his pride away because it was the only chance he had to save Earth. See, you know those people that genuinely believe that Goku's just a battle-hardened buffoon that'll do anything for a good fight? Maybe he's like that in some moments, but when Goku is written well, Goku's real character shows. He literally pushed his pride away to basically shortcut his way into a power that he hated just for the chance to save his family. He put aside everything he stood for just for the sliver, tiny possibility that he could save everyone he loves. That's who Goku is, and we got to see such an amazing depiction of his character because of Super Saiyan God. After decades of not seeing this character in a while, we got to see yet again why Goku and Dragon Ball as a whole was special to people all around the world. It's a damn shame that they did nothing with Super Saiyan God after this, huh? I still find it so unbelievably bizarre that the second we got such a perfect Dragon Ball movie, with a form that challenged the main character in such a meaningful way, and had a million opportunities for the writers to use in a manner we've never seen before, was replaced so quickly. And it was replaced in the laziest way imaginable. I'm not even gonna get into why Super Saiyan Blue sucks. You all already know this. The thing that pisses me off, though, is that we just ran with Super Saiyan Blue afterwards and left Super Saiyan God in the dust. Like, what? After a whole arc building up such an interesting form, we just never see it again for almost 100 episodes? Like, what? And nowadays, when we do see Super Saiyan God, we get a really cool introduction for it, but it doesn't do anything. These writers gave Super Saiyan God the Super Saiyan 3 treatment. They made it irrelevant. All bark, no bite. Like, Broly, please leave him alone. The thing is, the manga put more respect on Super Saiyan God's name than the anime did. It played an active part in the fight against Hit and the fight against Goku Black. But man, it never actually won against anything, and that feels so wrong to me. Anyway, here's a pitch I have for how Dragon Ball Super could have used Super Saiyan God in a cooler way. Imagine if in Resurrection F, when I absolutely hate how fast Frieza reaches godly levels of power. Like, come on. A few months of training takes you from Planet Namek Super Saiyan 1 Goku all the way to Super Saiyan Blue level? Get out of here. So imagine this. Frieza comes back to life and he wants to get revenge, but he hears that Goku beat Majin Buu and even fought Beerus the Destroyer. And so Frieza gets pissed off because now he knows that Goku's at a level he could never catch up with. But then, Champa and Vado show up. They offer to train Frieza and give him a quick crash course boot camp to achieve godly power. They can take Frieza into a pseudo-hyperbolic time chamber, and Vados can give him some crazy training routine. You can let your imagination run wild there. The reason they're doing this, though, is because they want to use Frieza as a distraction, to keep Beerus and Whis busy while they go steal the Super Dragon Balls. This is a good way to connect the Resurrection F arc to the Universe 6 arc. Frieza hates that he's being used like a puppet, but as a parallel to Goku in Battle of Gods, he has to suck up his pride for the chance of catching up with Goku. This can also be the beginning of Frieza's hatred for the gods, and the start of his plans to usurp them. Like how he looked at the Omni Kings at the end of the Tournament of Power? Yeah, something like that. Anyway, Frieza achieves his golden form, goes to Earth, and starts a rampage. Everyone tries stopping him, but they recognize this key. It was God Ki, the same kind of power that let Goku keep up with Beerus. There was nothing they could do against it. Eventually, Goku shows up and tries everything he's got. Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3, nothing works. This was God Ki, and if anyone knew how strong God Ki could make you, it was him. But then, just as Frieza thinks he won, Goku reveals a surprise. He's been training with gods too, but he didn't just take a crash course or anything. He did the real deal. Day and night, training like his life depended on it, just to reach the form that he once thought was unachievable. Super Saiyan God. He can now transform into that form without a ritual. He can do it on his own. Golden Frieza tries to charge at him, but gets completely overwhelmed. Frieza took the shortcut to godly power. The second he tapped into the power, he thought that being a god was enough to do whatever he wanted. But Goku knew that wasn't enough. His whole life, Goku believed in one philosophy. No matter how strong you thought you were, even if you were a so-called god, there would always be someone stronger than you. So he continued to train even after gaining the form. Then, just before Goku ends him for good, he reveals that Vegeta could become a Super Saiyan God too. Frieza never stood a chance. Look, call me corny all you want, but I think I cooked. Something I think Super Saiyan God deserved was that one moment where it had an overwhelming victory against a major villain, to demonstrate the sheer power of that form. You know how everyone creamed— what? I meant loved the reveal of Ultra Instinct. It carried so much weight and ferocity that was fit to be the final form of the series. As much as I glaze Super Saiyan God, I can't deny that Ultra Instinct just had better setup and everything. It's overall a way better form, and I am glad that this is Goku's final form. Anyway, those are my overall thoughts. I think they could have done so much more with Super Saiyan God. In a perfect world, we could have had a better transition between Super Saiyan God, Blue, and Ultra Instinct, but sadly, that's not the world we live in. This is something I've had in my mind for ages now, so I'm glad that I finally got to yap about this. Anyway, do you care about Super Saiyan God as much as I do, or do I just have nothing better to do with my free time? Do you think Dragon Ball wasted the form, or are you okay with moving on from it? Just let me know. And by the way, you obviously know that if you disagree with my opinion, you're just wrong, okay? No, I'm joking.